They say that comparison is the catalyst for performance and success. But is it really true? Let's discover this. Most people never feel well enough because they compare themselves to others. In most moments, they are never going to go much up because everyone else is more successful, fulfilled, and contented than they are. Comparison fosters negative thoughts against positive ones, increases feelings of resentment rather than of satisfaction, and creates a sense of non-fulfillment with your abilities. So, to enjoy your life, it's essential to stop consuming your mind with this habit. That can be hard to break one day. Instead, put all your energy and focus on yourself and on your talents. To continue, are you ready to learn the insider secrets to stopping the comparisons? It's easier than you think. Before moving forward, let's respond to this small question. Is it normal to feel this need to compare to others? To reply to this question, you need to understand two things about how the human mind works behind this feeling. If you're someone who uses comparison as a motivator that guides you, inspired by what people have accomplished, you're normal in feeling this necessity to compare, because the more you have this ability to turn comparison into inspiration, the more you are still secure from low self-esteem and inner self-doubts. However, the second thing is when you feel that kind of insecurity and uncertainty. I talk about the feeling of inferiority. It is the worst feeling that anyone can feel. Everyone who suffers from this inferior feeling proves the lack of acceptance of all his behaviors and actions. He feels less than others whenever he compares himself to them. You know, his fear of not being worthy enough and not being successful leads everybody, and with no doubt, to a life of unhappiness and an unsure life. So, try to make yourself safe from those insecure feelings. To stop devaluing yourself, think about one thing: life is too short to waste your time comparing yourself to others. With this positive mindset, practice these simple tips to fortify your self-esteem. First, control your thoughts. Some of us think we can handle negative thoughts easily, while we compare ourselves to others. But here's the truth: your mind continually points at what someone else has and what you don't have. This kind of mindset will never let you feel satisfied. You get stuck even if you get what you want. You know, comparing yourself to others can happen automatically. Your mind swiftly seeks a new desire and a new comparison, which becomes a real problem if you don't train it to make an effort to control those negative thoughts. Once you notice a comparison, start noticing your negative thoughts when they arise, and immediately label them as thoughts, not as real facts. Keep in mind that if you don't start urgently controlling your thoughts will control your sense of satisfaction. Then, the more you fill yourself with that worthless feeling, the wider the gap in your life becomes, chasing a feeling that never becomes real. So, start making an effort to catch those negative feelings and thoughts. It's the best way to avoid hurting your progress and your happiness. Second, increase your self-esteem. Self-esteem is like a strange feeling inside you that makes you feel more confident and brave. When you have self-esteem, you don't feel underestimated by yourself. You don't feel bad about yourself. You don't need to compare yourself to others in order to increase your desire to face challenges. Contrarily, you are a unique individual who can make different things with different facets, as you have many goals and backgrounds within you. So, just trust yourself, your abilities, and try to discover your talents and strengths. Think about all that you have accomplished, even if they seem small. Celebrate your victories, even if they are too tiny. People with high self-esteem are proud of their success and accomplishments. You might understand that building self-esteem is not just about feeling satisfied with yourself, but about developing a resilient mindset. Overcoming your inner self-doubt and trusting your potential. Comes one day when you won't feel satisfied with yourself or your attitudes. It's normal, and it doesn't mean you aren't good. It doesn't define your life. One thing you must know is that self-esteem doesn't happen overnight. It's a repetitive practice that needs patience and perseverance. So, Don't hesitate to take small steps to develop and enhance your self-esteem. Path to self-confidence and consequently to self-esteem is a long journey, so take time to build it correctly. Remember, when you have high self-esteem, you never need to compare yourself to others, but you feel strong and satisfied with yourself. Third, turn your attention to your values. Comparison won't make you happy. Here's a new standpoint you need to know. When you look at others' progress, and you feel a bit of insignificance in your achievement, at this moment, you need to stop this way of thinking, because when you begin comparing yourself to others, and you know the comparisons are endless, you find yourself unable to support yourself, and in return, you will be unhappy and wholly unsatisfied with what you have. So, stop tormenting yourself and enhance your values. You have multiple talents that make you exceptional without needing to make this comparison. Remember that comparison is only valuable if it helps you grow. So, if you need to compare with yourself. Don't spend time comparing yourself to others. Instead, compare yourself to who you were in the past. Are you making progress? Are you investing your time in developing your self-esteem and your goals? Your energy is too important to dissipate on comparing yourself to others, and in response, you find yourself unhappy, unsatisfied with what you do. If you want to progress and conserve your energy, don't spend your precious time focusing on others. Instead, spend it on what matters to you and your accomplishments. Keep in mind, comparison is useful if it helps you grow. This isn't just some nice theory, it's a practice. And like any practice, it gets easier if you apply it with focus. This idea of comparing yourself to others really applies to you. Don't hesitate to share with us your ideas about this topic, and tell us, what do you think secretly leads most people to compare themselves to others today? They need to draw inspiration from their success, or they are unsatisfied with what they have. Your experience might inspire someone else. Until next time, keep positive.